So I'm gonna give the people what they want. Y'all want to get right into the Lions, and we're gonna go right into the Lions. All right. So I'm a man of the people. The Washington Commanders. I don't know if you guys saw the video. The fans were, I don't know if they were at a bar. I don't know if they were still at the stadium. They were somewhere. And they were chanting, "We want Detroit. We want Detroit. We want Detroit." And shout out Paul Thomas. I saw him, or I was listening to some Woodward as I was out working. Shout out Paul Thomas, who said the Commanders fans chanting, "We want Detroit," is like an inmate chanting, "I want the death penalty." Okay, so shout out Paul Thomas. That is yours. That's not mine. I did not come up with it. Paul Thomas did that. So for sure, shout out Paul Thomas. All right. I don't want to give too much away, because obviously we need to talk about the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions, the matchup that's coming down the pipe for next Saturday at 8 p.m. Obviously, that's something, I plan to be streaming. So make sure you're here joining me. Look, as I was watching the game with the Washington Commanders and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I noticed something. And I commented on this. I talked about the defenses. Neither defense was doing much of anything. Yet it wasn't a high-scoring game. Neither defense understood how to cover in the middle of the football field. What up, though, Tactical Sport? Neither defense understood the assignment to a certain degree. But the thing that I was looking at the most was how every time Tampa Bay wanted the edge, they got it. Bucky Irving got the edge countless times. And every time he got the edge, I said, if that's Jameer, he's gone. If that's Jameer, he's gone. Y'all not catching him. The angles, everything has to be perfect. The Washington Commanders, as it turns out, have the third worst rushing defense in the NFL. Right? They allow the third most yards in the NFL. Playoff games are tighter. Playoff defense is tighter. And I do expect for the Washington Commanders to emphasize something on defense. Okay? They're going to have to emphasize something on defense. If it's stopping the run, then that means they're going to have to change what they do. You can't stop the run the way that they play it. So now they have to bring extra people into the box. Well, if you bring extra people into the box, then you're bringing those people out of coverage. And if you're bringing them out of coverage, we got people that you have to double. Okay? We have people that you have to double. We have people that you have to bracket. So if you ain't going to double and you ain't going to bracket, that means you're going to get one-on-one with JMO. You're going to get one-on-one with Amon-Ra. You're going to get one-on-one with Sam LaPorta. You're going to get one-on-one with somebody. If you're like, well, let's take away JMO over the top and commit people into the box, now you're opening up the middle of the field. Okay, Jahmyr Gibbs versus linebackers. Amon-Ra St. Brown versus linebackers. Sam LaPorta versus linebackers. It truly is a pick your poison type of situation. And the reason that I wanted the Commanders was because their defense is bad. Like if you are in the playoffs and someone in a fan base says that they would rather face you because of a weakness that you actually have, not because of some preconceived notions, and we're going to get into that in a little bit. Not because of those things, But when we look at your team, we can see that you are not a good defense, and we want to play you. We'll take our chances with your all-world rookie of the year quarterback. We'll take our chances with your quarterback that has shades, not shades of gray, but shades of Lamar Jackson. Okay, he's not as fast as Lamar, but as a rookie, he's definitely a more polished passer than Lamar was when he was a rookie. So there are comparisons that you can make, and there are shades of Lamar, but we'll take our chances with Jaden Daniels because your defense, quite frankly, sucks. It sucks. Lions greatest hit says Bobby Wagner on LaPorta, and he laughs. Okay, Bobby Wagner. Listen, I said this yesterday. Bobby Wagner is going to be a man possessed on Saturday because whenever, that's fine, they got the dub, but whenever they look back at the highlights of that game versus the Buccaneers, him getting trucked by Baker is going to be on there. Okay? Him getting trucked by Baker is going to be. Now, the thing that's not going to be on there is him tackling Baker and then injuring himself. Okay? But he didn't look great. Okay? And that's not a image he wants to last on film. You know, once it's on film, it's forever unless they delete the film. And we know NFL ain't deleting no film. But he doesn't want that to be the lasting impression on film, him getting trucked by a quarterback. So he's going to do whatever he can. Lions greatest hit says, I love how we played Richardson. I don't expect it to be the same because Richardson is a bad quarterback, right? Jaden Daniels is very good. Richardson sucks. Okay. He's, you know, somebody, he needs a new quarterback coach. He needs a quarterback miracle worker, quarterback whisperer. He needs all the things because he's not good at football. At least not at the quarterback position. He's good at being an athlete, but being a quarterback, we actually have to account for Jaden Daniels' accuracy. Right? We can't just take away his legs. Richardson, all you had to do was take away his legs. He was not accurate. He was sailing balls. He was missing open receivers. You know, that could have been a game, but it wound up not being one. Mega Hustle 313 says, one thing I noticed is that the Commanders' field goal kicker is shaky, which could benefit the... Bruh, my man was like... You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what is all that? What's with all the hair? What are you doing, bro? Like, he looks so shaky and so nervous. Like, I've never seen a person do that. Like, why are you putting your helmet on the top of your, and then taking it and fixing it? I'm like, bruh, what does that have to do with you about to go kick a field goal to win this game to send y'all to Detroit? What was that? I don't even know if that was a ritual, bro. That man looked shaky. He looked nervous and then tried his best to miss that kick. He tried so hard. He was on the left hash and hit the right upright. Bruh, do you know how difficult that is? To almost miss the entire net from one side to the other and just hit the upright and got lucky and banked it in. He's their fourth kicker this year, yeah. And he looked like it too. He looked like their fourth kicker. But, you know, the Jaden Daniels thing, Jaden Daniels has played in big moments. Dan Campbell said today in his press conference that Jaden Daniels doesn't play like a rookie quarterback. And I would agree that he doesn't play like a rookie quarterback. What I expected for Tampa Bay was to be able to confuse him. I expected Todd Bowles and his exotic pressures and his exotic blitz and coverage looks would confuse Jaden Daniels. But Jaden Daniels was not bothered by Todd Bowles and his defense. But I do expect for Jaden Daniels to be bothered by Jack Campbell and Alex Anzalone and some of the looks that Aaron Glenn is going to throw his way. I expect that wholeheartedly. And while the Washington Commanders may have some big plays and they may score some touchdowns, their defense being terrible, their secondary is not particularly great either. Marshawn Lattimore, we can't say that he's washed. We can't say anything because he failed to shut down Mike Evans, because Mike Evans is a first ballot Hall of Famer for a reason. But, you know, I don't know if Marshawn Lattimore is just an irritant like Josh Norman. I don't know if he's going to be trying to get into Amon-Ra St. Brown's head. He's definitely not going to be on J-Mo. He's going to get cooked. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But Mikey Sanders still has been playing well throughout the season. He is also a rookie. He missed a big tackle on Mike Evans, but again, he's given up like 7 inches and you know, probably 100 pounds, you know, at least 60 pounds. Right. So I there's a lot of things that don't add up and they don't match up. Styles make fights. Matchups make games. There's a lot of things that don't match up with what the Lions do from their defensive perspective. The running game is the prime thing that doesn't match up for them. If you came for all the stats and none of the static, if you're trying to keep your Lions news pragmatic, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you can get notified when the Motor City Cats are back at it. And plus, you know you can't get enough of the victory buffs.